My name is Niko Amii, and my game of the year for 2017 is Super Mario Odyssey. In this video, I will be completely off the cuff, off the script, describing every single reason why I think Super Mario Odyssey is the perfect game and one of the best games of all time, and the game of the year for 2017. In a stiff year of competition, we have this gem right here. We have Mario Odyssey, which tests the power of Mario as a franchise. This game shows all of its history. Mario Odyssey shows the history of all Mario's games in all of the years it's been out. It's been out for 30 plus years. The franchise of Mario has been in our households, in our video games, everywhere, on our screens, on the TV screens, on the movie screens. Whenever we go to Walmart, we see Mario all over the place. We see him on all the game shelves. We see him everywhere, okay? Mario is one of, if not the most iconic game characters of all time, and the Super Mario franchise basically is the reason why video games are the way they are today. Without Super Mario, we might not be in the gaming industry that we are right now because of what Super Mario Bros. The original did for the world of gaming. So, Super Mario Odyssey really is a summation of all of the Mario games that have ever been released, all together into one fantastic game. This game is incredible. Every single inch of this game, you get to do something that is unique, fun, creative. Mario and the team that creates Mario games is one of the most creative teams, if not the most creative team, of any video game developer and game franchise ever. Look at 3D World, which is one of the games that aren't even that loved by fans and critics alike. That is one of my favorite Mario games of all time. Every single level in that game is super creative and has some type of creative idea. They take something like that and put it into a 3D world where anywhere you want to go, you can go. An open world game where you can travel all these 16 different kingdoms full of adventures and fun. And just like in 3D World that I just mentioned, everywhere you look, there is something interesting, and it's not a level. It's a world, a whole world of adventure. Anywhere you want to go, you can go there. If you see it, you can go touch it, and you can interact with it. And every single inch of this game is interactable. You can do something. If you have a Cappy on your head, you will throw that Cappy, and the Cappy will interact with it in some way. Either if it's just a fun little throwing Cappy on it and it spins a bit on a lamppost, or throwing it on a guy's head and becoming a guy and powering an RC car, or throwing it on a frog and becoming a frog. Like, you know how in the Disney movies the princess kisses the frog and the frog turns into a prince? In this game, no, you become the frog, okay? It is crazy. Everything is super, super fun and super creative. And, you know, the best thing about Cappy, which is the biggest thing about this game, the biggest thing to take away from this game is Cappy and the transformations. The best thing about him is that you don't just take over things. These things have their own things that contribute to the level or area that you're in, and they interacted with it in different ways. So when you're a frog, you're not just a frog that jumps high. This frog now has access to get more power moons and more places to access because you're the frog, and interact with things in different ways. When you're a Goomba, you get to now kiss the Goomba girl to get a moon, okay? And when you're a Goomba, you can jump on other Goombas to make a Goomba stack. And oh, you're a Bullet Bill. Oh, wow, I'm Bullet Bill. Okay, so I just ran into something and hurt it? No, when you're a Bullet Bill, you get to go flying super far to get to the next area. This game doesn't just give you Cappy and it's like, hey, take over whatever you want and it gets a little bit of a power. No, you get Cappy and you interact with every single inch of every single bit of this world, and when you transform into something, you are a whole new character with a tons of new personality and character and things to do as that different character. Not just a new little power-up, it is a massive change every time you're a new thing that you possess Cappy. Now, this game is perfect with or without Cappy. I love Cappy so much, but this game would be perfect even without it. It is packed with content. So if you're looking at this game and being like, oh, it's only cool because of Cappy, I will take Cappy off and talk about everything great about this game if Cappy wasn't even in it. But I love Cappy very much, and this hat cost me a lot of money, so, well, for me, okay, I'm not poor with money, okay, but you know who is poor with money? Mario, with collectible coins. That was a good transition, wasn't it? This game has tons of collectibles that makes your adventure worthwhile. You don't just get these coins like in other Mario games. One of the biggest one of the biggest and best transformations of this Mario game in comparison to other Mario games is something that's very overlooked and does not really get mentioned much. These coins that you collect throughout the whole entire game are extremely useful. In past Mario games, the coins didn't really get you anything. The coins in this game get you, I'll start from like bottom to the top. It gets you stickers for your Odyssey to look really cool. It gets you power moons, and it gets you costumes. You can dress up Mario in so many different costumes with these coins. So you don't just unlock these costumes. You have to go out and find these purple coins. So during your whole entire game, you are collecting regular coins that suffice as different lives. You get purple coins, which get you power moons, and you also get costumes. And then you also look for power moons themselves, which are in every corner in so many different intricate ways. One of the biggest complaints I see about this game is that some of the power moons are too obvious. Now what I tell you is that person who just said all of the power moons are too obvious, did you collect all 999? Collecting all 999 power moons is a mission. Even collecting 500 power moons to get to the final world is a huge, huge mission. So yes, there are a bunch of moons that are kind of just out there. You have to talk to Mr. Toad and get the moon with. That is fine because there are so many moons left for after the main story that you can actually have a lot of fun and challenge with. So if you're a real Mario player and want to collect all the moons, there's tons of challenge in this game. They have to make the main game, somewhat accessible for children, so try to set that mindset aside because there are 999 moons in this game, and a lot of them are very, very, very hard to get. And one of my favorite things about this game are all the little nooks and crannies that you get to become and go into. There's a bunch of little like chimney things that you go into, and you're in a whole nother world, and those are some of my favorite points in the whole entire game is when you go down the chimney thingy and you go into a whole nother world, and you know there are 2 power moons hidden somewhere around this new world you just got teleported to. And oh, I just did that with some Lucky Charms right there. Speaking of Lucky Charms, there's a Super Mario Odyssey like cereal coming. But anyways, there is tons and tons of moons hidden in these little worlds. These little worlds, you get to throw Cappy on things to transform and to get to other places. You get to parkour and do a whole bunch of platforming to get to. And it's just, the platforming in this game is so, so smart. And there are so many smart, fun ideas in this world. There are one of the best and creative and most loved ideas in this whole entire game is that when you turn into 2D Mario to get from place to place, that's so smart. Instead of just having either a pipe just to go through or just jumping really high to get to the next platform. In this game, there are plenty of times where you become a 2D Mario to get from place to place, to get through a corner, and it's so, so cool. It reminds me of the one Zelda, Link to the Past, Link through, you know which one I'm talking about, the one on 3DS where Link goes on the wall and goes, it's just so, so much fun. And there are Link Between Time. Link Between Worlds. Sorry, there it is. But this game is so, so smart with that, and there's so many smart ideas like that, and it doesn't stop there. There are 16 worlds, and I won't spoil the last ones, but the best ones are, in my opinion, the most creative and most fun. I love Metro Kingdom, and I love Wooded Kingdom and Sand Kingdom, but my favorite kingdom is Luncheon Kingdom, the one kingdom that you get to become Mario, and Mario gets to become the little lava balls that go around this like pink, like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory type world, and you get to become the Koopa Troopas and throw fire and throw hammers and you throw all these crazy things, and you're going through this whole entire world where you're surrounded by this pink lava that is also kind of looks like jello, and you're just you're going through all these hoops and ladders, and in a fireball there you can go through like these little cracks, and then there's a bunch of knives as people that you get to fling on and go woo woo woo, and then they eventually have like a plaza where they have a festival where they're cooking food. It's just so much fun. This game is jam-packed of stuff like that. A bunch of creative, fun designs. And this game doesn't, like in other Mario games, there are tons of cool, unique atmospheres and landscapes. There's, you know, your snow world, there's your sand world, there's your cloud world, stuff like that. But this game adds culture to it. It's so, 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 so cool. And by that, I mean, when you go to the Sand Kingdom, you go to Toast Arena, and there's the little skeletons with sombreros, and there's so much fun. And in every single world, you meet a new bunch of characters that are unique to that world, and that like, live there. You go to Wooded Kingdom, there's these weird little robot guys. If you go to Shiveria, there's these incredibly cute little polar bears that you can eventually ride on, okay? It's so much fun. Every single world you go to is full of culture and fun characters, and I love that so much. And every single world is just a bunch of fun to traverse in. And that doesn't even get me to, you know, the bosses, okay? The bosses, I'm not going to leak any of the bosses to you, but the bosses in this game are so much fun. And you know, they're a little predictable at times, you know, that if you hit them 3 times, they'll die. But they're a lot of fun. The designs are my favorite. My favorite is definitely the one in Seaside. Seaside Kingdom, the boss there is so much fun. And don't even get me started about how pretty this game is. You go to Seaside, you go to Lake Kingdom. I think Luncheon Kingdom is really pretty. You go to Metro Kingdom. You go to all these kingdoms, and you're just like, the first second you go to Cascade Kingdom, which is the first big kingdom you go to, your jaw will hit the floor. It is so beautiful there. It's so much fun to traverse in. I adore Cascade Kingdom and all of its beauty. And don't get even me started on how much fun it is to go as a dinosaur. Okay, the transformations, some of them are just so much fun. So much fun. And the dinosaur one is definitely up there, but there are tons of other great ones as well. You'll see, especially at the end of the game. And then, you know, there's the typical Mario story where you're Mario and you're trying to stop Bowser from taking Peach and you gotta save her. But there are a ton of twists in this game and tons of new characters that really change it up that we've never seen before. So I really did like the story. Like, it wasn't like groundbreaking, like, oh my gosh, I love her so much. But it was a fun enough story where I felt exhilarated to keep on going. And the main 25 hours, it took me 25 hours to beat the main story, is such an exhilarating joyride. You feel like you're on a roller coaster, but instead of ever feeling like going down, it's always up. You're always going, ooh, like, it's so, well, I mean, technically the most fun part about in a roller coaster is when you're going down. You're having fun the whole entire time, because the second you get bored, Mario Odyssey gives you so many fun things to play with, and the second you ever even think about getting bored with one of the ideas, they give you another fresh one, okay? There are like 20 freaking transformations in Sand Kingdom alone, and that one is massive, and there's so many fun things. You get to ride Jackson and go meh, 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 meh. There's so many fun, cool things to do in every single world, and you are never bored in this game. It's a constant thrill ride. And with that, you know, there are plenty of other things I can talk about. I can talk about how amazing Mario looks in Princess Peach's dress, and I can talk about a lot of things, but this is my general consensus on why I think Super Mario Odyssey is the game of the year. What's your game of the year? Comment down below. What? Who's that? But what if I take the hat off? And now, Mario Odyssey is no longer the game of the year, but The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is. Click here to watch why I think The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is the best game of 2017. Or wait until December 27th, where you can join me for Niko Amii's Game of the Year Awards, where I will crown my actual Game of the Year. Goodbye.